Thank you and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. A lot of people have been saying, thank God that 2020 is over with. Thank God 2020 is over with. I can't wait for 2021. Although there is no evidence that on January 1 is any different than December 31st, other than the fact that the calendar changed. But for me, 2020 was an amazingly great year. An amazingly great year. And if you understand why it was an amazingly great year, your 2021 could be the best year of your life so far, particularly in business. So why do I say that? You got to ask yourself, what is Blair out of his mind? Okay, well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But one of the things very early on with COVID-19 and everything that transpired everywhere in the world is what it did is it revealed some very deep cracks in the foundations of things that we've taken for granted: our health, our finances, our business, our relationships, our mindset, things that we were kind of used to dealing with. We realized that there were some very severe cracks in the foundation that need repair. Now, you're saying, well, Blair, why is that good? It's great because now you know what you have to work on. You know what kind of education to seek out. You know what to stay away from, and you know what to look for. It could take a personal lifetime to learn the lessons, but in 2020, we got a heavy dose of everything right up front. So that's really good news. So if you're an entrepreneur, you can make corrections really, really quickly. Okay? That's number one. The other reason that 2020 was a great year is that when we all got locked down, everyone learned how to get very focused and get a lot done in a much shorter period of time. Without traveling back and forth and traveling around the world on airplanes or back and forth to work, you sit down on a camera in front of a computer with a group of people, and you can get a lot of stuff done really quickly. And so the efficiency, at least for my team and people that I've worked with, went up exponentially. And that's a good thing. So in 2021, no matter what happens, don't go back to being lazy and wasting a lot of time. You know, so many other great things. I've had more conversations with my kids every single day. I learned what the education system was really teaching them and what it was not teaching them. Those were all good. But for those of us that are entrepreneurs and in business, one of the other big benefits of 2020 is we were all forced to learn how to communicate a lot better, particularly in sales. The days of stacking value and creating crazy offers and beating around the bush and being stealth about sales, that went away. You had to be genuine. You be genuine, authentic, and talk about real value as it pertains to your customer. So the conversations changed dramatically. That's a keeper. Those are keepers. Those are things that will make you money no matter where you are, no matter what the economy does, anywhere in the world. The other thing is, and you know I'm a big proponent of this. I'm a big proponent that one of the biggest things that we learned, this is the second biggest, I'm saving the biggest one for last, okay? One of the second biggest things that we learned in 2020 is that we are creatures, as Brene Brown says, we are creatures of connection as human beings. Creatures of connection. What's that mean? That means that we thrive together in teams. We thrive together in tribes and groups. We always have. As we came together as hunters and gatherers and men went out to fight, and women took over the communities. All of these things, as we've grown as a species throughout history, throughout thousands of years, it's proven that even in lockdown and isolated, we come together. We come together this way. We come together video. We come together through technology now. But that ability to be able to build and drive teams is priceless. The people that have done really, really well have learned that through technology you build a community. You can build a community, but that community can also become your customers, and those customers can also become part of your team, and that team can also help you build a community. Now you have a movement. Never before has that been so easy. I'm not saying easy, but easy to facilitate. If you've got a message to deliver to the world, if you've got something that adds value to the world. So now your team doesn't have to be a bunch of people on payroll. Your team are those people of like mind that share your mission, your values, your codes, and are willing to work toward a common mission and a common goal, as well as be independent. That's a major win. That's a major breakthrough for anybody that's an entrepreneur, which means this. It means that a very small but high committed, high performance team can take on the biggest companies in the world. And you don't have to look very far. Could you be one of them? Is it possible? If you can think about it, you probably are able to do it. One of the other things that we learned. The other things we learned in 2020, one of the great things about 2020 is we learned that health is not a luxury. Health is not a luxury, right? I mean, you're thinking about it right now. Every time you put on your mask, every time you walk out of the house, every time you watch a news reel, you're noting that I hope my immune system is strong. Is my immune system strong? Ask yourself, is your immune system strong? And are you doing anything about it? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that a lot of the cracks that we found in our foundations were simply cans and issues that got pushed down the road. We didn't have to deal with it until we hit a crisis. And crisis, as my friend Mac Newton says, is change trying to happen. Change trying to happen. Now, those people that are making the changes are doing well. The people that didn't are still struggling badly. So don't be one of those. Your health is not a luxury any longer. Your health is a way of life. It's not a diet. It's not a fad. It's not a trend. It's a way of life. Just as you would get up in the morning, brush your teeth. Hopefully you brush your teeth. As you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, or you do your journaling, or whatever it is that you do, that boosting your immune system through good nutrition, through exercise, through breathing, through all the things that are available, and there's so many things available, is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity. It can save your life. So for that, I'm grateful for 2020. We emerged as a healthier group, as a stronger group. And the other thing we learned, the other great thing out of 2020 is that everybody, no matter when you were born, learned that financial bubbles go up and they go down. That nothing in the financial markets or in finance, nothing lasts forever. So what's the solution to that? The people that are doing great education, that are getting financial literacy, financial education through our Rich Dad materials, through my good friend Andy Tanner and Tom Wheelwright and Ken McElroy, the people that are learning now and learning about those trends and learning how to do that for pennies on the dollar are going to be the multimillionaires of 2021 and going forward. So that's a huge benefit. It forced my friends and myself to go online and provide more education at a lower cost with higher value. That may never have happened had 2020 not happened. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. But probably the most important thing of 2020, and probably the greatest gift of 2020 to you, to me, to our families, to everybody, is you being able to take a look at you. I'm going to say it again. For you to be able to take a look at you, at your mindset, at your fears, look at your doubts, all of those things, and to be able to observe. See, there was no place for you to run. There was no place for you to run off to. You're locked down, quarantined, restricted. So as fears come up about my income, my health, my sanity, you've had to look at it. Now, as Eckhart Tolle might say, you've become aware, which is one of the great accomplishments that any human being can have, is being aware, being enlightened about being able to observe your own mindset. How do you respond to the fear? You know, Franklin Delano Roosevelt said the only fear we have is fear itself, because when fear goes up, intelligence goes down. When fear goes up, people don't think rationally. When fear goes up, kindness and love and compassion go away. So how are you dealing with your own fear? How are you dealing with that little voice between your ears? confusion, depression, all of those things. So every single one of us, and at least every single person that I have talked to on this planet, and I've talked to hundreds of thousands over the last 9 months, every single person that I've talked to over the last 9 months, no matter where they are in the world, has had to look at those things in themselves too. Their own fears, doubts, concerns, and the little voices. So 2020 was a huge gift because what it did is it woke up humanity. It woke you and I up to the things that are most precious and important to us. But the most important thing is you're able to take a look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror after you watch this video. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself what you learned about you, what you learned about your emotions, what you learned about your mindset. All of us have cracks and areas that we need to improve. Myself, maybe more than most. But we've been given the gift, we've been given the opportunity to do that. So what's the solution? The solution is to never stop learning. Never stop learning about yourself. Always taking the time to step outside yourself and be aware of where you're coming from. Be aware of your fears and your doubts and your concerns and your negative emotions. Because if you do that, the world can throw anything at you, and you can be conscious, calm, consistent, and add value to people's lives. I saw a great quote the other day that said, it's not about being the best organization in the world, it's about being the best organization for the world. Being the best person you can be for the rest of the world. If you do that, we all win. 2020 was a great gift. It gave us all we needed to learn right in one microcosm. It took us hundreds of thousands of years to gain the quantum leap learning that we just got in 9 months. We probably got more in 9 months than we got in a couple 100,000 years. So thank you for being on the YouTube channel, and check out the other videos on how to master your little voice. Or go to blairsinger.com where we have tons of videos on how to master the little voice, how to build your teams, and how to communicate and sell to ensure and guarantee your income. So thank you for coming. Be sure to share this video with people you know that can use it. And may 2021 bring you all the peace, joy, love, happiness, health, wealth, prosperity, and laughter that you've earned. And in 2020, my friend, you earned it. Be awesome.